Hello, everyone. My name is Gus.
Hi, I'm Woody, and
we're back.
I feel
It's been
so
it's
good.
been a while. Right?
After somebody gets bent to a pretzel like I did?
Mm-hmm.
I think. Do I look different? Would you say better, a little bit cooler?
I wouldn't say better. No. But we're back, which is the good news.
Cooler. I'm gonna get beat
And-
up for that. Don't get bent. Listen, I'm just joking.
But we're here to talk about a recommendation. I haven't watched this video actually. Somebody apparently went exploring in the world's oldest flooded mine shaft. I don't know. Sounds cool. So I'm like, okay, we gotta watch it because it sounds
The
cool.
world's oldest is a pretty bold statement. Are they positive?
I don't know.
Like this is the first mine shaft ever made. That's what the world's oldest means.
It says world's oldest flooded mine
Okay,
shaft.
well.
I don't know. I don't want to end up calling this guy out, but let's watch and see what's in it.
It's like 20 degrees here, by the way, inside
That's
the
okay.
studio, and he's in short sleeve
right,
shirt, and
let's-
I'm in ski jacket.
This right here is a completely flooded mine shaft, and this is me, where my dive instructor is
boy.
currently telling me to swim directly into it. Now, I couldn't exactly tell what he was saying because all I saw was this, but as you can tell, I'm very hesitant. What? Now, if I'm so terrified of this, why am I even here in the first place? A few weeks ago, me and my best friend Quinn were having a conversation, and our biggest fears came up. Quinn's biggest fear is
Dying alone.
but mine is somewhere between claustrophobia and drowning. So when he heard that, he said, why
So
not
he's
just
cave
combine the
certified.
two? And then he started to ask me, what if I not only faced my biggest fear, but also went and got scuba certified to do it, and in so
Sorry.
doing, placed myself in some of the most uncomfortable physical situations I've ever been in my entire life.
Oh boy.
Thus, we concluded with a bet, saying that if
By the
I
way,
didn't face my
you-
fear, then I'd have to post one of the most embarrassing videos that I've ever made.
I'm
which is
shocked
me
you
at 11
didn't comment as he was cruising through the mine doing that giant flutter kick. You just
I'm
let that
already-
slide. You're getting old, and
I'm
you're
already-
getting nice in your old age.
I'm trying to be more positive.
that was really
2024.
amazing. I'm like, here it comes. Gus is going to
years
get
old,
ready to kill him on the
trying to be a
kicks.
YouTuber. And since I'm not the type to back down from
Oh,
a
boy.
challenge, I immediately said yes. So we got geared up for our first ever dive and met our instructor, Matt. Good name, brother.
Two types of people: those who pee in their wetsuit and those who lie about it. Every wetsuit has a built-in heater. You just pee. You end up in 55-degree water doing an hour-long dive.
Okay, so if I'm getting this correctly, so far the video is basically showing someone who's getting certified to go straight into diving
Caves.
the world's oldest mine.
Which is an overhead environment. It's cave. I think that's what you're looking at, yes.
I don't even.
Probably pee in the wetsuit.
Well, that's
Pretty
exactly
sure.
what we're gonna do.
Welcome
in mine, so.
So when you're putting your gear on, you want the reg to the right and the inflator hose to the left. This way?
Oh, they're ready for cave.
Yeah, ready?
Yes. Oh no, other way.
It was
Yes.
upside down.
There we go. This is not making me feel super confident.
There's actually a lot more that you have to know about scuba diving before going and just doing it than you'd think.
But
Because
that's
of the different
okay
ways that pressure works
to be a new
underwater,
diver.
Air
Yeah.
either contracts or expands based on how deep or how shallow in the water you are. Which means that if I were to go down to like 40 or 50 feet below the surface, take a big breath out of my scuba tank, and then shoot right back up and not let that breath out, the air inside my lungs would expand and pretty much give me what's called an overexpansion injury.
That's good. That's
But
accurate.
if you can simply remember to keep breathing and take a test that takes only about a weekend to study for, you've now unlocked the ability to enter a hidden world that most other people won't in their entire lifetime. And let me tell you, it's one of the most beautiful things I personally have ever seen.
Couldn't
All good
agree
so
more.
far. Stay out of a cave.
But we're not done yet, as I was quickly reminded by
Looks
this
like
boat
Marianne.
that almost cut a few inches off the top, you know what I mean?
It looks like Crystal Springs.
We still gotta dive in the
area.
So our final test before heading there would be Hudson's Grotto.
Oh,
This part's actually
that thing is.
147 feet, literally
Hold on.
right off.
Yeah, let's stop.
You want to talk about? Okay, that particular grotto. A lot of times we'll do like training in there to see if somebody can. I don't want to say you want to stress them, but it looks at some of the layers in it. You go through like a what's that layer called where it's like acidic almost.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's like sulfur layer.
Yeah, hydrogen sulfide.
Hydrogen sulfide, and you bring and it gets deep. So if they're going to be doing an Normoxa class, you're taking them deep through that layer, and it smells bad, and the visibility is like
Well, yeah.
coffee
So-
cup. So you're just seeing, well, are they going to panic? Are they going to freak out in that? So that's the grotto we do that training in.
When you
it's
think,
in Florida.
When you think about scuba diving and think about like shallow, tropical, perfect visibility, beautiful fish or whatever, Hot Sun Grotto is the opposite.
We don't think of Hudson
of all
Grotto.
of that is the complete opposite. The hydrogen sulfide layer, which I think is at like 60 or 70
Yeah.
feet, something like that, takes away all the sun out of it. So by the time you go below that layer, which is, by the way, dividing fresh water from salt water, I think.
Well, no, yeah, I think, though, that's not a halocline layer. It's different there. It's hydrogen salt.
I think it's cut up between the two layers.
And it smells. I mean, you can smell it as you're going through it. I mean, if you sat there in that layer, I think eventually you would fry.
I think below the hydrogen sulfide is salt water because it's warmer.
Right.
It's warmer than the water above it, which is fresh water. But anyway, the point is, once you get to the bottom, which is 100 and something feet, the clay at the bottom is black. It's like black clay. And there's no light
I'm gonna look
anywhere. And it's just creepy as hell. And everywhere you go, it's like super silty. So if you kick wrong, the silt goes up and it doesn't move. There's no flow there. And it's just like, there's like I think like a Volkswagen mini, whatever, station wagon down there. And there's like typewriters and doll heads. And it's just like a creepy place. So that's what Woody's saying, that when you want to know if people will be creeped out by a dark, dusty, weird place, Hudson Grotto is a good place for that. It's safe because you can just ascend, you can just go up, but at the same time, it's dark and weird.
Yeah, so just really quickly, it's interesting. The hydrogen sulfide layer and the anoxic layer is a serious risk to scuba divers entering this layer. The gas can be absorbed through the skin. It says the maximum threshold for hydrogen sulfide was set at like 10 parts per million and so forth and so on. It's a concentration down to the chemocline at about 49 feet. Anyway, it talks about that you don't want to stay in that layer.
Definitely
it's not just the mixture of fresh and salt water. It's hydrogen sulfide.
Yeah, it's poison.
It's poison. So anyway, that's from Scuba
So you
Board.
you can just go through it, and during the briefing, they tell you, once you hit that layer, just keep going down. Don't hang around, just go. And on the way up to, just keep going through it. Anyway, so that's what Hudson Grotto is.
So that's what that baby
It's a cool place.
You don't even have to swim out. If you just drop down right now, you'd go straight to 110 feet.
Are you serious?
As we're going down, make sure you're equalizing early and often. Okay.
I'm a little afraid. Last time I did any diving past 10 feet, my ears would not clear whatsoever. I think I'm a little nervous about that.
By the way, it's a common question that we get. How do you deal with your ears? Every time I go to the bottom of the pool,
All right, make me look cool, please.
I get pain. You learned this on class number 1 of scuba diving.
Yeah, and
Equalization.
another quick comment on that, because I know we have a lot of people that aren't divers. So if you already know this, you can fast forward, divers. If this is going to make you impatient, go forward. But listen, that first 33 feet is by far the hardest to clear your ears. So what happens is new divers are like, oh man, I'm never going to be able to get down to that recreational 60-foot level because I'm in the pool and it's already killing my ears in the first 10 feet. Well, that's the hardest place to clear.
That's right.
Because every movement of a foot in that first 10 feet even is such a big pressure change.
Yeah.
So it makes them think that's what it's going to be like. And then all of a sudden, when they actually do their open water dive certification and they break down below 33 feet, they're like, oh, it's no problem. Right? So don't be deceived by that. That's the hardest place to clear your ears.
Right.
All right, now look real cool walking off. Oh, gosh.
He's not coming back.
The first thing that instructor Matt had us do was review our skills that we learned in the pool, which were clearing
Are
our
you
regulators
okay?
and our masks. So
Over
what I
there?
forgot
Are
to
you-
tell you is that we're literally
How-
suspended on a
what's
platform
going on with
25
you?
feet below the surface, and right underneath
I'm
us is
waiting.
about 120 feet of water. And since my ears
Waiting
were
for the
totally
Gus
clear, we just-
explosion, and
Did you see that guy sitting at the bottom of the pool?
that's still happening. I mean,
I just...
more and more people are
So
teaching, though.
frustrating.
They are teaching, and what we're talking about is having proper trim and buoyancy, and it's a topic that continues to be discussed by us. It just seems like it would be much better right at the beginning of their class, right? To get them automatically in a nice trim and position, horizontal position.
I had an idea because we reacted to a video. I'll put a link up here. We reacted to a video of instructors justifying teaching on their knees. And we were
I
like,
remember that.
this doesn't make any sense. But several other instructors chimed in, and they were like, well, you clearly have never taught a class because it's impossible to control a class unless they're on their knees.
Okay.
Impossible. So I had the idea. I'm like, should we just teach at open water? Like pick like 8, subscribers like you guys who are not divers who want to learn. let's meet somewhere in Florida or Georgia or whatever, and teach a class and record the whole thing. Like
Absolutely.
I won't even be an instructor. Like you can be the instructor. I'll just record.
Absolutely.
And show people how impossible it
Right.
is to keep control of a group unless they're on their knees.
Yeah. First of
That would
all,
be cool.
I want to comment on that. That's a great comment.
Yeah.
When I was teaching lots of open water classes, I've taught hundreds of them. The first 30 minutes of my class,
Yeah.
I don't do anything with the student except for what I do with the Tri Scuba. And I'm like, here's what I want you guys to do. This is the first 30 minutes of class. Go underwater in your gear. You're going to play a game. I want you to be in a horizontal position. And your game is not to use your BC butt, your inflator button at all. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
It's to, with your breathing, your rule is you can't touch the bottom and you can't touch the top. You can't come to the surface. And just swim around in a horizontal neutral position. See if you can avoid the bottom and not touch the top. That's your game for the first 30 minutes.
That's it. Just
By
go
me
diving.
not bothering them as the great instructor, by leaving them the blank alone, you look around after 20, 30 minutes, you're like, the whole class is neutral.
Yeah.
Because it's not hard. Just
Well-
leave them alone. You weight them properly. So then, to your point, then we can start going into the skills. And guess what?
Yeah.
You can do them. And it's okay, a little fin tip touching here and there. But
Sure. But
there's
largely
no
you're on trim.
they don't need to be on their knees. They don't even know what it feels like. So leave them alone for the first 30 minutes and let them naturally, Steve Pryor taught me this, naturally learn the position of good horizontal dive position.
Right.
It works. It's really not that hard.
All right, let's keep going here.
I had to go deeper. And that's exactly when things got crazy. I discovered this random clock, this statue that I booped on the forehead,
It's
and my
crazy.
personal favorite, there's a sunken boat down there. An entire sunken boat. And not only that, but it was suspended by 55
awesome.
gallon
He's
air
excited
jumps on
about
the
it.
surface. Blew my mind.
Nice.
But
I like this video.
I still have a bet to settle, which means as soon as I sign this document, it's go time.
Official.
I didn't realize how cold it's gonna be. That was nice water, but I was shivering. And we're in Florida. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna go to Missouri in a mine. I'm not gonna like freeze up.
No, you're
Wait,
gonna make it.
Did they say Missouri?
Mine, probably. Bonterra?
So they're going to Bonterra mine, I assume.
Dive 5, probably.
Since when that's the world's oldest sunken mine?
I don't know if that's the one they're talking about.
Like, it has to be, right? Where else are they going to go?
So I went to the bathroom, right? And this guy was just like,
This is a good video, though. I like that they're excited about diving.
wrestle me under the stall. What? It's the weirdest thing.
What?
Crazy.
So we made it to Missouri. We're on our way to the mine. But Quinn had even more up his sleeve after we met Jim and Levi, who'd be taking us through the mine.
So cool there.
Around like 4:30.
No way.
Dude, it just keeps going.
All right.
Into what's called the shallows. It's around 24 foot of water.
What?
That is a cool mine to dive, I will tell you that.
Yeah.
Quinn and I not only made a bet, but we also signed a legally binding contract. I pretty much have to post this video if I don't face my fear. But here's what I didn't tell you.
If he finds a contract, he can void it. And I've hidden it in this box.
And all he's giving me to find it is this pickaxe.
Okay.
Yeah, your first task is
You gotta find the pickaxe.
get to. He's okay with
You
jumping
can
in
see
without
it.
a
It's right
wetsuit,
there.
right?
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
perfect vis at the mine.
Dude, I'm shaking
Right
right,
there.
now.
Are you kidding?
It looks so close.
It's
You
right
got
there.
that. That's so doable.
Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this.
You got that.
Any tips, Mr. Jim?
I would go down and I'd get the pick and I'd come back up with it.
Okay.
It's funny.
Keeping it real, Jim. That's cold.
Oh,
That is
that water
crazy.
there is really cool.
Dude, he's in a t-shirt.
No way. Oh, I would be frozen. Dude, how are you doing that?
This is the most dangerous thing he's gonna do in this whole.
Isn't it
episode.
like in the high 50s?
Okay.
The
It's like
water?
low 50s? I feel like 54.
You don't know?
I cannot explain how cold that is.
Yeah.
I'm like way warmer just being out here right now.
It's freezing.
just dropped the pickaxe in 25 feet of water. You idiot.
I kind of want to try it.
All right, well, you let me know what you think it's like.
Dude, that's brisk.
No, dude, that's so cool.
Oh, man. I was in a heated dry suit.
You're gonna learn today.
Oh, he's going. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it.
Wow, he's got to be freezing, man.
It's cold.
Solid.
Are you serious, dude? How did you descend so fast, man? You were down for like 3 seconds.
I told you, I'm negatively buoyant.
If I couldn't even do that, how the heck am I going to be able to do the entire dive?
Probably
You don't even
is.
have to look
Probably is
closely to
negatively
tell that I'm
buoyant. It's pretty
literally steaming in
muscular.
this shot. That is how cold the water was. Quinn is amphibious.
Yeah.
Look
Jim
at
is
that
not,
guy. Look at him. He's like,
he's not very impressed.
please.
You just gotta get past the fear.
I'll see you on the other side.
Oh man, wetsuit.
You can see for hundreds of feet in this water everywhere. It's maximum visibility. Probably some of the clearest water literally on the face of the planet. Well, under the face of the planet. I can't see to the bottom. How deep could this place actually be? The first thing we come across is this abandoned minecart. The minecart still has some tools in it that were used over 60 years ago before the whole place flooded.
I
It's so
really
cool that I'm
like
getting
it.
massively distracted and almost forgot that I have a limited supply of air down here, so I kept looking around for the box. But Quinn says that I'll know when I'm in the general vicinity of it, whatever that means. After inspecting another minecart, we reached what's called the keyhole. This is surreal. I've never
Yo, we
swam
went through that
under
keyhole.
a
Remember
rock
that?
before, and this is exactly the claustrophobia that I was talking about. It's apparently the easiest of all the pass-throughs that I'll encounter while I'm searching for this contract. With Jim's lights on the other side, it literally looks like I'm entering heaven right now.
Easy.
This is a good video. These guys are excited about diving, and that's great.
Can we just give Quinn a round of applause for doing everything that I've done so far, except while holding a huge camera rig? Everyone comment, let's go, Quinn. Just then I stumbled across this Christmas tree. It even has a Bible ornament on it. Could this be the clue that Quinn was talking about? I kept looking in the surrounding area and I found another Christmas-related clue. I have no idea what this means, but I started playing with it.
I don't remember these.
Again, forgetting that I have limited air and therefore limited time, so I move on and oh no. I just banished a deer figurine to the shadow realm. That thing is not coming back anytime soon.
SpongeBob.
Rock bottom.
So we turn around and there's this cave that's under the cliff edge. And this is where we get to what I thought would be the most intimidating part of the dive. And Jim wants me to swim straight through it first. But if he's confident in me, then I'm confident in me, because I know he's gonna keep me safe.
Yeah, so you can see the exit on the other side. So it's a swim through. He's not going in.
Yeah, they're fine. And they've got a guide. Jim's obviously one of the guides there.
Yeah. And by the way, I'll just say really quick that like 90% of all the diving area at Bonterra Mine is open water. You can go up to air, basically. You may not pop out like right at the dock or whatever, but you will be up in the open. You're not under a ceiling the whole time.
That's right. And but I just want to put it in perspective. I think they're in their wetsuits look thin. I was in a heated undergarment, a full Santee heated undergarment, and a dry suit to the point where Gus was like, "There's steam coming out your back."
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
You were on fire.
I was like, "Hi." It's like I think Gus is right. I think it is like 55 degrees.
Yeah, it's cold.
But they're young and fit. They handling this.
So I made it through the second pass through, but still no box. And that's not even the most intimidating one. However, I saw something in the distance and bro, this literally looks like something out of Stranger Things. Like I'm in the upside down right now. After the dive, Jim told me that this was a mine shaft that went down 250 feet. Vertical.
It's
straight
really
down.
cool.
And to add to the entire upside down effect, there's this smoke that's in the water. What it actually is rust from the metal. And it's because the water is so still in the mine that this is even possible. It's
So they were like, you can drink the water, it's fresh.
But that didn't
And we're
deter
like,
from the
I
fact
don't-
that I literally only have 1/3 of my air left right now. Not funny. I really need to be paying attention to that. Thankfully, I have Jim here who runs such an incredibly safe operation at this mine. It's insane. But that doesn't change the fact that I really got to find this box right now. This is probably a 30+ foot long tunnel that is completely pitch black. I cannot even see to the other side. By far, the most intimidating part of the mine. But believing that the box is inside and I'm gonna have to face my fear in order to get to it, I just recite a Bible verse and swim right through.
Okay.
Is that a banana? This is obviously the clue that Quinn was talking about, because, I mean, what? This is the most Quinn thing in this entire video so far. I literally looked like that SpongeBob character that ate those bonbons in that driver's ed class. Any guesses on what it might taste like? Tastes like a banana.
But seriously, if it weren't for the training that Matt from Gulf Coast Divers gave us and the awesome safety measures of Bonterra Mine, I don't think I would feel as comfortable swimming into this cave to find this box. I think this whole experience just taught me that everything in life is temporary, including fear, and that there's usually something awesome on the other side of it.
made it.
I 100% just peed.
Looks like a blast.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? This is waterlogged, bro. How about this? I'm gonna hang this up on my wall and I'll post the video on this. Is Soggy Banana anyone?
This is not bad.
Great video. I mean, really, I'm okay with all of it. They're
Yeah.
brand new divers. Let's not.
Yeah.
Right. I
Well,
mean,
okay,
look,
they
just think back-
sensationalized for the video
That's
to say
okay.
this is the oldest, most
I know.
dangerous. We're in a cave.
I know. I'm
None
not
of
gonna
that
beat
is
them
true.
up so
But it
much,
was a fun
It's
vid.
a fun
We enjoyed
video, and you know what I like about it? It's going to make people maybe want to scuba dive, and that is a super cool place to dive.
Oh, yeah.
We loved it,
Yeah.
and I want you to think back. I was going to ask you this during the video. Do you remember your confined water, open water training by chance?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you?
On my knees like an idiot, yeah. I
That's
remember.
what I was going to ask you. I never did ask you that. You were on your knees.
Yeah,
They
it was
put you on your
terrible.
knees.
Yeah.
But do you remember thinking this is cool? I'm underwater.
Of course.
like
you
it's
don't know-
normal.
Right. You don't know any better, of course. You're on your knees, but it was amazing to be able to breathe underwater.
Yeah.
I still remember it like if it was yesterday. It was
That's
awesome.
great. Awesome. I liked it.
Yeah.
My overall reaction is that was fun.
Yeah.
And I think other people would want to dive just to experience something like that.
Yeah,
Good job, Vic.
Bonterra Mine is great. I know that he's in the, I guess, YouTube game where everything is like dangerous and whatever. Try to make it like that to get more clicks and more views. I wouldn't say Bonterra Mine is a cave. I actually have my cave log. I worked on it. Have you updated yours, by the way?
I'm a little behind.
Yeah. So I'm at 126 cave dives.
Nice.
That's
Way
pretty
to
good.
go.
But
Can I copy your last
the
71?
ones where I have you, the one where I have you as a dive body for sure. But the one thing I didn't track any of our Bonterra Mine dives because I don't consider that a cave. Even though we went through some overhead environments, they were mostly swim throughs. Right. We were, for the most part, you're on an open water situation, and then there's a tunnel that pops up in another open water area. So I didn't count out those as cave dives. You are not gonna count them as cave dives. Mike Young, we don't think that's a cave, even though there's some overhead areas. But in case you missed that episode where we went through Bonterra Mine, I'm gonna leave it right here. Check it out. It was also our first attempt to do like a vlog. We recorded the actual trip getting there on top of the dive. So hopefully you enjoy it.
It was fun.
It's awesome.
Good seeing everybody. Bye, everybody. See you soon.